So now we will continue with the previous concept of static members in C++. So till now we have discussed that how we create a static member, and how we define a static member outside the class. So in the previous program, what we have done, we have just created a class and we have just declared a static member, and we just defined this static member outside the class. So this is the definition part. This is where we have just defined the static variable, or we have created a memory for this static variable x, and in main what we have done, we have just created an object, and with the help of object we have just accessed this particular variable. We have assigned certain value to this variable and we have just printed this value. So as per the definition of a static variable or a static data member is something that is not dependent on the creation of the object. So whether object is created or not, this static data member must exist, or you can say the scope of this data member must exist throughout the program if we have declared it. So now what we'll do, if let us suppose we don't want to create an object. So if I just rub this, if I don't want to create this object, then how can we access this particular thing? Then how can we access this particular, you can say, the static variable? So as we have declared this static variable in the public section, we have declared this static variable in the public section, and now we are not interested in creating the object of a class. So we want to access this this static variable, that is the data member of a class, without any object. I don't want to create an object in my class, and without the object I want to access it as per the definition, because it is not dependent on the object creation. So how we will access it? We'll use the name of the class, that is sta. This is the name of the class, followed by scope resolution operator, and the name of the variable as x. So in this way, the static, this static data member, static data member can be accessed without an object. In this way it can be accessed without an object, because it is a class level variable. This is a class level variable, and that's why what we have done, we have used the name of the class. The name of the class has been used, and we have just provided the scope. So this is the scope resolution operator that tells that the scope of this particular variable x, the scope of this variable x is sta. It has been defined, or you can say it has been declared in sta, or it is an attribute of this sta class. So in this way we will just access the static variable without an object. But if this static variable here, we have just declared it as public, but what if I just declare this static variable as private? So this is the question that will be of great importance, that now this static variable is of type private. So by default, if I haven't written any label here, so or any access specifier, it means that by default this is now a private. So it is now a private static variable. So how can we access this private variable if we don't? So first of all, we'll just see that how to access this private variable with the help of an object, because static variable can be accessed with or without an object. It doesn't depend upon the the creation of object, but yes, we can also access it with the help of an object. So let's see. So I'll just rub this, and we'll just see that how we will just create, or you can see how we'll just access this static data member with the help of now a, you can say, object. So what we'll do, we'll just create an object. So we'll just create an object st. So now the important question is, now this data member, so this is a data member, the static member, Now it has been declared as private. So if I use an object to access the static variable, okay, if I use an object to access this static variable, so this static variable cannot be accessed directly with the help of an object. Now so if I am writing this type of thing, okay, so now the compiler will restrict us, okay, it will forbid us, it will say that now the scope of this particular variable, okay, the scope of this x is private, you can't use this private variable outside the class directly. So what we'll do, we'll just go with our concept, okay. So in order to access this, what we have to do, we have to create a member function, okay. So now we'll be creating a member function. So what I'm doing, okay, so I'll just write it here. So I'll just create a member function, okay. So I'll just write it as public, and I just create a member function void, let us suppose get x, okay. So let us suppose this is the member function, and inside this get x, what I am trying to do, I am just, okay, printing, let us suppose I am just trying to print cout x, okay. So I am more interested in printing the value of this particular variable inside this get x, okay, particular function. So this is, so you can say that now the class is here, okay, the class completes here, and this, after the completion of the class, this particular line must be followed, that we have to assign the, okay, the memory to this static variable with the help of, okay, the class name, okay, followed by the scope resolution operator, and the return type of the variable must be preceded by the class name and then the static variable, the name of the variable, okay. So now when this particular thing I have written, it means that now the default value will be initialized by the compiler as 0. So we can also explicitly, okay, initialize this particular variable, okay. So if I, okay, if I just want to access this x, so what I'll do now, so I just write st dot get x. So now this, when I just write st.getx, so this call will be transferred, okay, this member function, okay, will be called on this particular object, and this, okay, this particular, you can say, method will be, okay, executed, and the business logic or the statement that I have written will be successfully executed. So now the value of the x will be printed as 0 because I haven't initialized anything. So the default value of a static variable, that is 0, will be printed, okay. So if I just write, okay, if I just want to, okay, initialize this as 10, okay, so if I have just initialized this as 10, so if I want to execute this code, so what it will be printed, now the default value will be overwritten, okay. Now the default value will be overwritten by this value, okay, 10. So the output will be now x equal to 10, okay. So this is, okay, in this way we can just, you can say, access, okay, a static variable, okay, we can access a static variable inside a non-static member function, okay. So here you can just see that this getx, okay, this getx that I have created, this is a non-static member function, this is non-static member function, okay, this is non-static member function, and I am accessing, okay, my static variable inside this non-static member function. So yes, it is possible. So this is a property that static, okay, static members can be accessed, okay, inside a non-static member function, okay. So this you have to remember, that yes, we can access a static variable or a static data member inside a non-static member function, okay. So in this way we can just, okay, print the value of x. But the main question is, okay, the main question is still, okay, it is still under, you can say, in the analysis part. The main question is that now we have just created an object in order to access this particular, you can say, static variable, okay. So we have just accessed this static variable, okay, that we have declared as private with the help of an object and with the help of a member function that is of type non-static. Okay, but the main thing is that what if, okay, I don't want to create an object. Okay,